Hey, so let's have a conversation about the adulting game. Adulting, part of the cool parts of being adults is that as we grow old, we get a job, we get to actually spend our money the way we think is important. Now, if we want to have a certain life, then you got to be able to pay for that. You can decide what's important to you. There are certain things that are required and certain things that aren't. I'm going to teach you the way I think about budgets. It's something that's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to use Excel, also a software program that's near and dear to my heart. And one of the most practical real life uses of Excel and of computers to solve a problem. So we're going to do that now. The game is called it's called adulting. It's the adulting game. And you have to do this. You have to create a budget that must balance at $0. Okay. So right here is the rules. All the categories must auto-calculate. I will show you how that is. You must be able to save up your emergency fund in 12 months. In 12 months, you got to have an emergency fund, $500. All right. You're not allowed to plan on borrowing money for college. You can't borrow any money. So you're thinking about, I'm saving for college. Can't put debt, credit cards, loans, can't do that. And you're not allowed to borrow money for any reason. So you're only allowed to spend the money that you have, and everything has to auto-calculate. Now, how do I know what to auto-calculate? You see all this stuff right in here, and I will, just for fun, I will turn all of this nice and red. All of this red stuff right in here is all stuff that you have to do. I'll give it a consistent red. This is all red. This red text right in here is the stuff that I want you working on to making sure it comes up the way it has to. So to tally up this category, for example, my giving, if I go to charity, if I go to church or a religious organization or things you believe in, what's going to happen is I'm going to have this whole thing is all prefab to make money. It's going to format as money. Let's say I want to give $10 to my favorite charity, and I know that I've got a friend with a birthday coming up, so I know that that's going to be there. Now, it's got to add up in here. I could add it, but you're not allowed to. It has to auto-tally the category. So to auto-tally something, the first thing we do is we click on the place where the tally is going to go. And then we're going to tell Excel, hey, you're going to put in a formula. The formula goes right in here, and the first thing you put in is an equals. And equals says there's a formula here. So this square uses a formula. And what's going to happen is I'm going to add up whatever's in this box, and then I'm going to hit a plus sign on my keyboard, and I'm going to put in whatever's in this box. And then I'm going to hit the enter key on my keyboard. And as I do, you'll notice that it adds up to $35. Why is that automatic? Well, what if I decide to be a little more generous? I'm going to give $20 to my charity. Now, I'm up to $45. So let's go over that again. And if you ever need to stop this video while we're taking this video, you can go ahead and check it again. Go in here. I'm going to show you again. This is the red part here. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to say equals. And I could go in and I could, for example, do plus, plus, plus. I'm going to show you another trick. We're going to use an automatic formula called sum. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click on equals. And then I'm going to click on, or type in the word sum, S-U-M, all right? And it gives me a suggestion on that, the sum formula. And then I'm going to pick all 4 of these boxes. You'll notice it goes C18 colon C22. So that's telling it everything in column C from 18 to 22, all right? And then with formulas, you have to close it off. So I'll close it off and I'll hit return. Right now, it's not giving me anything. But if I want to have $500 in 12 months, I'm going to need to put $75 away in that. And I'm going to have to put in for college. I'll put $10 away for college, or $25 away for college. My car, well, it's going to need oil change every couple of months, so I better put 30 aside for that. I'm going to save up for a new computer in 6 months, so I'm going to put 50 aside for that. I'm not going to even use any other, and that's okay. And I'm going to do that now. I have $180 there, and I need that. So, wonder what this is all about. Well, I'm going to go through that. I'm going to add all of these category totals together. I'm going to finish up, show it one more time, right? Restaurants, eating out. If I want to go out to, McDonald's every once in a while, and I want to get some stuff out of the vending machine at school. So again, I'm going to go right in here. I'm going to equal, and I'm going to say sum, and parens, and I'll go add these in, and I'll close the parentheses, and there we go. And so maybe I'm going to make 3-4 trips a month. So I'm going to pay $40 for that. And school lunch and vending machines are going to 10 for that. All right. So now I'm making this work. I'll write down the line all the way through all of this. And when all of that's done, the next thing I have to do is I have to figure out how much my budget's worth. So that's this thing here called outgo. Outgo is all of these black boxes all added up. So I'm going to actually go in here and I'm going to say on this square equals, and then I'm going to add this, and then type in a plus, and then I'm going to add this and type in a plus, this, type in a plus, this, type in a plus. Don't worry, there's nothing there yet. This, type in a plus. This, type in a plus. This, type in a plus, and this. And I don't need a parentheses for this. I just hit the return, and so far, I've got $275 coming in. Now, you see the green stuff? Can't touch the green stuff. I've already made the green stuff go. So what's happening is I'm going to have this show my net monthly pay, and this is going to calculate the loan total of all the categories. So right here, put all these categories together, I have exactly $275 outgoing. Well, let's talk about my job. My job, I make $14 an hour. So let's see, to make $275, maybe I'll work 10 hours. Ooh, that's $481 a month. So far I'm okay. Now, how am I going to make this give me my total? Well, I'm going to do that by clicking on this and say, give me the total. And hey, I still have $206.60 to spend. So close. Maybe I can get myself a nice sweater, put that in, and I'll make sure this is equal to sum. And then we'll put this in place right here, and all of that. So now, $956 to spend. All this other stuff's going to happen too. I'm going to go through all of this. I'm going to build a full-blown budget to make sure that my budget balances. The budget must balance to zero. So I'm allowed to spend money until this number is zero. You will find that if I add 156.60 right to here, right? You'll notice that it goes to zero. As long as that's zero, we're fine. What if I decide to go to $200 here, right? Now, my budget's actually, this is going to turn red. I'm going to change a condition. That's going to turn red when it goes into the negative. So you're going to have to make sure that this says zero. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to change my sports equipment to 156.60. And now that's how that entire thing works. This has to balance to a zero. Correct answer, this balances to zero. All these numbers work. And from top to bottom, this is a perfect budget on a perfect spreadsheet. Your job is to make it balance to zero. Everything gets accounted for, recreation, personal, transportation, all of that. Hey, Mr. Tush, what if I don't know how much things cost? Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. What you're going to do is you're going to write here the rates and prices and fees. And this tells you how much car insurance costs. So if you're going to drive a car, you have to pay for your insurance. And this is how much it's going to be, how much an average fast food trip costs, movies with a friend or alone, how much gas costs if you're driving to work or if you're just walking to work, oil changes, how much they cost, licenses and taxes, all of that. This is where you find the fees for all of that. Fill in all your blanks, get it done. Good luck. Thanks for watching.